welcome to the Ranger's Respite. I'm Philip, and this is Drinking Geek. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. This is my second attempt at recording this because I forgot to turn my mic on, which sort of figures because I got almost all the way through before I realized. As you might be able to tell, Baker's Single Barrel won the poll this past week. This is the successor to the recently discontinued Baker's Small Batch. Still bottled at 107 proof, still at least 7 years old. This particular bottle from barrel number 000186435 out of Warehouse D in Claremont is actually 8 years and 6 months old, which is a whole year and a half over the minimum age statement, which is interesting and makes you wonder how variable their age statements are. It's, of course, like I said, bottled at 107 proof. That's 53.5% alcohol by volume, the same as the small batch was. And there's some, not exactly controversy, but debate whether this is a better value than Booker's, or if Booker's is a better value. And I think that ultimately that comes down to personal preference and which batch of Booker's and now which batch of Baker's you prefer. Of course, taste is always subjective. So while some people would maybe prefer, say, the Country Ham Booker's, some people might prefer this particular barrel of Baker's, and some people may prefer Shiny Barrel. Now, full disclosure, I've never had any any Booker's because it's always been expensive and the price just went up, unfortunately. So, without further ado, let's jump into this. On the nose, it's lots of ripe banana and a little bit of peach cobbler. The sweet fruit, cinnamon, breadiness, and a little bit sharp at 53.5%. That's no surprise, but it's not as sharp as some other slightly lower proof bourbons. 101. It mellows on the tail end of the nose to like a sweet caramel, creme brulee sort of scent. I recommend not drinking 50% or higher whiskeys when you have a cut on your tongue. It stings a bit. On the palate, the tannins and charred oak is a more dominant flavor, with the usual cinnamon and just that can't find it anywhere else, tannin flavor. At the tail end of the palate, it turns into a nice, well, not really super nice if you don't like it, but a slightly funky, spicy bite on the end that bitters and then sweetens again on the finish. Which is moderately long. I mean, I'm still tasting it even with running my mouth as much as I am. And that caramel creme brulee shows up again at the tail end of the finish, and it's very enjoyable, I think. I think that this is one of the best premium line Jim Beam products that I've had. It certainly blows the doors off of Basil Hayden's. It's interesting, complex, and not overwhelming at 107. Now, Up on the poll for next week, we have Canadian Club Classic 12-year-old, Red Burners Premium Single Barrel South Carolina Whiskey, Filibuster Dual Cask Rye, and for our other entrant, I'm actually going to rearrange these slightly, give this one a little more room. Old Pulteney Navigator, which is unfortunately, I believe, a discontinued bottling. So, if you want to vote on what I review, it is quite simple. All you have to do is join my Patreon for $1 a month, which gets you the option to vote, have a potential say in what cocktails I do. I mean, recommending cocktails. Access to the Discord channel, where you can talk with me, the members of my local whiskey club, about whiskey, other alcohol, and nerdy things like D&D. If you would like to support my channel, but would like something physical in return, or are not a fan of Patreon, I am also selling That's the Spirit pot still stickers, designed with my input by my friend Alyssa at Abercat Studios. There's a link to those in the description down below, just like there's a link to my Patreon and a link to the Craft Spirits, Texas Craft Spirits Political Action Committee. They're trying to save craft spirits in Texas because that's something that this pandemic has hit craft spirits particularly hard all around the nation, but in particular Texas, where the laws are a little more stringent than in other places. There's also a link to the Whiskey Lodge Discord, where you can talk to myself and others similarly minded individuals about whiskey and other stuff. Where it's just sort of a fun place to hang out, talk about whiskey with other people. Full disclosure, I am currently a moderator of the Whiskey Lodge. And I think that that is everything. Until Friday, stay happy, stay geeks, sláinte.